Hey guys, Corey Ellis here at beautiful Lake Eureka, and today we're gonna go through my bag. So let's start off with the putters. I've got these Jawbreaker Roach stamped rubber blend challengers. These are the old Nate Doss run. They stamped these for me with this Jawbreaker Roach stamp in 2018. The consistency of the feel with that white rubber is what I really like. It's a little more gritty than the new black rubber. My next main putter are these CT Rubber Blend Challenger OSs, and I've been using this one all season. It's a little bit beat in, but it's really good in the wind and just to hold a nice consistent line, and it never likes to flip sometimes like the normal Challenger does when it's really strong wind. Next up are my soft Roaches. Really good in the woods, really good for upshots that you just want to stick nice and straight. When they're new, they're actually more stable than people give them credit for. This one, everybody's seen this one. It's super understable now. It's been in the bag since 2019, and it's just one of those discs I think everybody needs in their bag, a super flippy putter for nice little technical upshots or wood shots. Next up is a limited edition Big Z Luna. I believe this was the first run of these they did in premium plastic in 2019, and they are the most stable version of these. And I believe AB's throwing these as well. They are just torque resistant and actually have more fade than all the other Lunas that I've ever thrown. So maybe we can get another run of these soon. Lastly, on the putter end is a Challenger OS in Big Z plastic. Just nice, consistent, overstable finish, even more than the Luna. Just a good approach disc. Next up, we'll go with zones. We've got the CryZtal Soft Zone, nice swirly, grippy plastic. Again, I like those soft plastics so they just grab the ground right where they hit. And this one's a little beat in, but it's still pretty overstable, surprisingly. It's a good disc. Next up, we have the Z Metallic Zones. Gary over at Discraft just gave me this one. It's literally brand new, just put it in the bag for this tournament. This is Old Faithful that I've been throwing for a few years now. I've colored in the little heart so that I can tell the difference, because I usually have purple ones in the bag. But I just put a fresh one in so that I know it's going to be overstable in case it gets a little windy out here. Lastly is this ESP, like a Z blendy. I found it in the factory a couple years ago, and it's still pretty stable. It's kind of like the in-between of those last two, but nice and consistent. Next up is a CryZtal Buzzz OS. I don't throw this disc very often, but when I do, it's going left or right depending on backhand or sidearm. It's just a touch more overstable than those zones, and gotta have one of these in the bag. All right, next up we'll move on to the Buzzes. These are my Buzzz SS's, actually. One of the old Emacs I've been throwing for quite a while. I use this on Toboggan on hole 5, a nice beautiful hole, just nice and straight. It's a little more beat in now, so unfortunately I won't be able to throw it there. And this guy has been in my bag since 2018 when I joined the team. It was the first Buzzz SS I ever threw, and somehow it's still made it in the bag. It's still just as flippy as when I put it in. It really hasn't changed characteristics very much. Then we go on to the regular Buzzes. I've got a Z Star Wars Boba Fett Buzz. Pretty neutral, kind of stable, but not really want to finish left anymore. Very stable Glo Buzzz. This is like Glo ESP, even though it says Z. It's kind of cool. The most stable Buzz I've ever thrown in my life. One of the better runs. Next up we have my Z Metallic Glo Buzzz. It's flies very similar to this guy. I know this one's famous now because I threw it at 17 at the European Open, but they fly almost identical, and it's just really, really good buzz. You guys, I think, would love these. Try to get your hands on them. Now we'll move up the fairway drivers. I've got the Test Flight Athenas. I really like these, nice 7-speed. This one's been in my bag the longest. It's pretty beat in now, hyzer flip to turn. This one's the in-between, nice and straight. And this guy is a little bit stiffer, and it is very stable for an Athena. Probably the most stable Athena I've ever thrown. A couple of extra fairway drivers. These go in the bag for Northwoods. This is old trusty first Run Undertaker that Tim Barham gave me. Shout out to him. This disc has made me a lot of money over the past few years. It is very dear to my heart, and I would be upset if I lost this one. So I try not to throw it around water very much. And I just put this guy in the bag. It is a big Z Athena, and it is very neutral flying. It is really, really good in the woods. Just point and shoot right where you want to throw it. Now we'll move on to Raptors. And I've got my UV Z Raptor in the bag. Very straight to stable. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's flippy by any means. It always wants to finish, but it's just a very consistent flying disc. Very cool UV plastic. And old trusty first Run Z. These are really stable. This one's a little beat in now, but very good run of Raptor. And then we have a CryZtal Captain's Raptor, and apparently these are very, very rare. Bob gave these to me at All-Stars and just to try out, and he did not mention that there was only 5 that exist in the world because he didn't even know about it. So I actually only have 3 of these, and it comes out of the bag at Eureka, but I had to put it in the bag. This is another Raptor that I used to replace that Captain's Raptor. I just got it from the factory, and it is board flat. I don't know if you guys can tell. And very overstable, very consistent, really good disc. Not afraid to throw it near water, don't have to worry about it, don't have to think about it. Good disc. Now we'll move on to the opposite side of the stability spectrum, Avenger SS. This is an old Glo one, just really good feeling plastic. Mainly just rollers, very, very seldomly will I ever throw it for an air shot. Maybe if I'm in the woods, I would throw this guy for an air shot because it's brand new, just put it in the bag, just in case I gotta throw some crazy hyzer flip disc. And now we move on to distance drivers. We've got this old Big Z Zeus. This guy used to be pretty stable, but it is now my roller disc for long distance. Or like a standstill forehand, I just gotta throw it as far as I can, nice hyzer flip. Other Zeuses are these Z Metallic Zeuses. Probably the best run of Zeus ever, in my personal opinion. They are a good mix of stability, but they still want to go forever. Just really, really bombers. Really good sidearm disc, nice and torque resistant, but still go straight. And this one's just a fresh one. Now we move on to my forces. We've got the Tour Series run from this year. Really good. I'm so stoked with how these came out, and the artwork with the stamp is just incredible. The guys killed it. Nice and domey, nice and pop top. Just a really, really good run of force. Really happy with these. And next up is a Z Force, and it's got the B stamp, which is pretty cool. It's even more pop top than those other ones, and it's just very, very overstable. And now we go a little bit more stable. This is a Test Flight Venom. These white ones seem to be more stable. I don't know why. I know they didn't make very many of these, but they're really good. Just if I know it has to go left, I'm going for this guy. It doesn't really come out sidearm. My sidearm's just not strong enough for this disc unless I'm really trying to chop it over. And this last one is a Tour Series Venom that AB gave me this because it's super flat and really, really overstable. It is just even more than the test flight. Really good disc in the wind, nice and reliable. A few more things in the bag. Gotta have a whale sack, maybe even a couple extras in here. It's towels. I've used this same mini, even though it says DD, I've used the same mini for 11 years now in every single tournament I've played. It even went overseas with me. Just kind of special. This was my first big win as an AM. It was like a B tier, I think it was, or an A tier, back in 2012. Just a kind of a near and dear to my heart. And then got a SoFly for the knee, nice knee pad. Always gotta have your liquid death. Water bottle, some patches for Hoagie and Missy. Gotta represent. Always got a Bushnell in the bag. But that's mine in the bag, guys. If you like the Squatch bag, it's the Legend. I believe this is the Katrina edition. And thank you guys for watching.